Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new lesson for grade 7 in geometry, and the lesson title is Parallelism. Let's start by the learning outcomes of this lesson. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to understand the concept of parallelism, apply the concept of parallelism on different examples. Firstly, let's understand the concept of parallelism. If a straight line cuts two parallel straight lines, then here we have L1 and L2 are two parallel straight lines. And we have the straight line M is a transversal, or the straight line M cuts the two parallel straight lines L1 and L2. Therefore, the transversal cuts the plane to two sides, the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Furthermore, we do have three parts accordingly, two exterior parts on the two sides of the parallel straight lines and one interior part between the two parallel straight lines. Again, if we have two straight lines parallel, as shown, L1 and L2 are two parallel straight lines, and we have a third transversal or a straight line cuts the two parallel straight lines, then we do have two sides, the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and three parts, exterior part on the upper side and another exterior part on the lower side and an interior part between the two parallel straight lines. It's clear from the drawing that the transversal makes 8 angles, as shown here from angle 1 to angle 8. We do have on the right hand side 4 angles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And on the left hand side we do have 4 other angles, 5, 6, 7 and 8. These numbers are randomly written just to show you the 8 different angles formed here. According to the concept of parallelism, we do have 3 different rules related to parallelism. The first rule says every 2 alternate angles are equal in measure. Alternate angles are 2 interior angles on different sides of the transversal. So they should be interior angle, so they are here in this part, and on the different sides of the transversal. Then we can say that angle 2 and angle 6 are alternate angles. Also, angle 7 and angle 3 are alternate angles. That's why we refer to the alternate angles that they form the shape of Z or Z letter. This here is a Z letter formed between the two parallel straight lines and the transversal, as you see, containing angle 7 and angle 3. Also, we have another Z letter here between the two parallel straight lines and the transversal, carrying angle 2 and angle 6. The rule says that every 2 alternate angles are equal in measure. Then, according to this rule, we can say that measure of angle 2 equal measure of angle 6, and also measure of angle 3 equal measure of angle 7. The second rule of parallelism says every 2 corresponding angles are equal in measure. What do we mean by corresponding angles? One angle is interior and the other is exterior, and they are on the same side of the transversal. So we are searching for one interior angle and one exterior angle. Then we are talking here about, for example, angle 1 and angle 3. Angle 1 is exterior, angle 3 is interior, and on the same side of the transversal. Also, angle 2 and angle 4. the same concept. On the other side, we have angle 8 and angle 6, angle 7 and angle 5. All these pairs are corresponding angles. And to be familiar with the corresponding angles, we refer to it by the letter F. They form the F shape. Here, as you see, we have an F shape. L1, the transversal, and L2, forming an F shape. So, we do have in this F shape, angle 2 and angle 4 are equal in measure. Another F shape is flipped above. Here is another F shape carrying angle 3 and angle 1. Accordingly, we can say that measure of angle 1 equal measure of angle 3 corresponding angles. Measure of angle 2 equal measure of angle 4 also corresponding angles. The third and final rule of parallelism is every two interior angles on one side of the transversal are supplementary. Supplementary means that their sum equals 180 degrees. Okay, we are searching about two interior angles, and the rule says that they are supplementary, or the sum of the two angles equals 180 degrees. Two interior angles, it's very easy that we can find them here. Angle 2 and angle 3 are two interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Then their sum, the sum of the two angles equals 180 degrees. Also, on the other side, we do have angle 6 and angle 7 are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Then they are supplementary angles. Here we do have measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 3 equals 180 degrees, and also measure of angle 7 plus measure of angle 6 equals 180 degrees. We refer to the interior angles by two letters, letter C or letter U. A C shape, as you see here, or it's flipped the other side here. If the two straight lines are vertical, then the C shape will be a U shape. Before we apply the rules on the examples, let's recall our three rules of parallelism. First, we do have two alternate angles are equal in measure, and we search for letter Z or the shape of Z. Two corresponding angles are equal in measure, and we can find them in the letter F or the shape F. Two interior angles are supplementary, or the sum of the two angles equals 180 degrees, and we can find them in a C shape or a U shape. Now let's move on to example number 1, and let's read together the given information and apply them on the figure. BC ray is parallel to AD line segment. So BC ray is parallel to AD line segment. Okay. AB line segment is parallel to DE ray. AB line segment is parallel to DE ray. So these two lines are parallel, and those two lines are parallel. Good. Measure of angle B equals 100 degrees. Measure of angle B, this angle equals 100 degrees. Find measure of angle D. Then this example needs measure of angle D. We need to find the measure of this angle. You can take your time to think about this example before we answer it together. You can pause the video and write down your answer, and then resume the video and we will check together the answer. Here's the answer of this exercise. BC ray is parallel to AD ray. It is given in the exercise. Then measure of angle B plus measure of angle A equals 180 degrees, two interior angles. Measure of angle B and measure of angle A are two interior angles. You can see here that this is a U shape or a C shape between two parallel straight lines, and the two interior angles are here, angle A and angle B. So the sum of these two angles should be 180 degrees. Then we can deduce that measure of angle A equals 180 degrees minus 100 degrees, then it's 80 degrees. Then measure of angle A is 80 degrees. Moving on to the other two parallel straight lines. DE ray parallel to AB line segment. DE ray is parallel to AB line segment. Then measure of angle D equals measure of angle A equals 80 degrees, and the reason that they are alternate angles. Here, as you see, there is the Z shape. It's obviously seen. Here, there is a Z shape. So measure of angle A equals measure of angle D. And we deduced that measure of angle A is 80 degrees. Then measure of angle D is also 80 degrees. And that's what the question wanted us to find. Example 2. BA ray is parallel to DC. So BA ray is parallel to DC line segment. Measure of angle C is 100 degrees. This angle measured 100 degrees. Measure of angle ABD, ABD, this angle, this small angle is 38 degrees. Find measure of angle DBC. DBC, this angle. Then the given information is AB is parallel to DC, measure of angle C is 100 degrees, measure of angle ABD, this angle is 38 degrees, and they want us to find this angle. I will leave this exercise for you all to solve individually and write down your answer with steps like the exercise we did together before. Then we will check your answers together in the class. Finally, let's summarize our lesson objectives. We understand today the concept of parallelism. We apply the concept of parallelism on different examples. At the end of the lesson, I thank you all for watching the video and participating with me. I wish you all the best of luck and see you in another videos, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.